Hi, if you're watching this video, I hope you already saw a shorter video that I posted on this topic. It's a highway that's planned in South Florida, just a little bit west of some suburbs in Miami. It would be known as the Kendall Parkway. I think that it's a horrible idea for many reasons. There's a lot of articles out there talking about the environmental issues, the issues with the aquifer and how this wetland that the highway would be cutting through, it recharges our aquifer. But basically in this video, I'm going to focus more on the native plants, the pollinators, some of the stuff that I saw when I was out there hiking last summer in July 2021. I hope you like it. And please, think about the consequences of something like this and how highways lead to development. And that's why it's another big issue with the urban development boundary. This would be built outside of the UDB, and highways lead to development. So, it'll start off as a highway and then you'll start seeing commercial developments, housing developments, and little by little we keep losing more green areas in South Florida. So check it out.
This is a really nice area. It does have a lot of melaleuca, it has a lot of Brazilian pepper. It has some of these non-native, these invasive plants, but there's still, look, this plant right here, for example, typical of the Everglades, southern fog fruit. It's also called southern frog fruit. It has a really nice flower. Let's see if I can get this one in the focus right here. And I'll show you a picture I got of one of these native bees coming and visiting. You got a lot of native grasses, a lot of native sedges, and a lot of butterflies flying around using all this stuff. I'll show you some of the pictures that I've gotten just walking around. There's a lot of grasshoppers, and some people might not sympathize so much with grasshoppers, but they provide food for birds. And there's just a lot of habitat here, and I see a lot of this narrowleaf yellow tops. It's everywhere, and I've seen so many different pollinators visiting it. This is Plukia baccharis. I can't remember the name, but this is all over the place too. There's muley grass, there's sawgrass. There's a lot of natives here, and this is like a nice little pocket of sandy soil that you see the limestone and stuff over here. Oh, this is a nice one. I can't remember what it's called. Something berry, milkberry maybe. This is the first time I see it out here today. As I cut deeper in here, and I see more and more natives. You got myrcene here, myrcene cubana. There's just a ton of stuff. Here's the trema. Birds love this. I've seen them. I'll put some pictures up of birds eating this fruit. I'm in an area now that's a little bit more wet. Oh, I just noticed a plant that I didn't document before. I'll go look at that in a second. But yeah, as I'm walking around, I'm just trying to keep an eye out for species that kind of stand out as being more typical of a good habitat. And you have like the muley grass that I showed you before. You have the sawgrass, and I came up to another sedge here that is called Tracy's beak sedge, Rhynchospora tracyi. And I don't know, I don't really ever see it in areas that are so disturbed or that you would call low quality. I only really ever see it in better habitats. At least that's my experience. So in big cypress, in the Everglades, it's usually in nice wet habitats. So yeah, this is the plant I was pointing out. This is one of the host plants for the, I think, black swallowtail, Tieramania filiformis. I don't remember. The water cowbane, that's what it's the common name. I see some scleria here, which is another sedge like the Rhynchospora. The Rhynchospora is a beak sedge. But yeah, there's just a ton of good quality. Look at the sawgrass right there, plenty of it in bloom. So there's a lot of good quality stuff. And again, I'm basically walking right along where the highway would be. I think it would just, according to what they have on the map, I don't know how much that's going to change. I hope it doesn't happen at all. But it would be, I'm getting pretty close to where it would connect with the current 836. Look, tree frog calling. Tick, tick, tick. I mean, there are not many places within the UDB, the urban development boundary. I can't remember if that's exactly what it stands for. But at least, this far north where you can hear tree frogs. So this is another indicator of, the quality of this habitat. Okay, here's another nice plant. This is some type of Hypericum. First time I see it in bloom today. So here's another nice plant I know that one of them in this genus is endangered here in South Florida. This one is a type of flax. I don't know which one. I know there's one called Carter's flax, and there's another one, Erinicola. So I'm not sure if this is the endangered species. I don't think it is, but you know, it's still a nice plant to see, a nice native. Here's Elliott's lovegrass, another nice native plant. And here's more of that beak sedge that I got all excited about, the Tracy's beak sedge. Just looks so strange. It's really easy to identify. So I was just walking and I was hearing a northern flicker, which is another bird that you don't really see a lot in urban areas. In this area, it's really unusual to hear a flicker, and I didn't know that they'd be here. So that's another cool bird. I've been hearing common nighthawks flying around. You know, obviously red-bellied woodpeckers, cardinals. Yeah, this habitat's, it's well occupied by wildlife and cool plants. Okay, I'm getting closer and closer to the 836, which is more or less that way. And again, it would be starting like around there and then coming around this way some way. Something like that, according to the map. But yeah, I'm surrounded by more of this Tracy's beak sedge. And then here's another really nice plant. I'm not sure what the current name is. I think it might be Boykin's milkwort. And again, another plant that I've only really seen associated with good habitats where, you know, it's far from the city and it's just very natural. So you can hear the crickets singing there. I don't know if it's a katydid, but it's, you know, you can't stop finding cool things here. This is just an awesome place to look around for native plants, native wildlife. This is what looks like a box turtle shell. Looks like the right size. They're not that easy to find. They like to run and hide, so you know, seeing a shell shows you that they're around here somewhere. But they're skittish. I saw some burrows before and I was wondering if it could be crayfish, and sure enough, we got some crayfish remnants. So probably something like a great blue heron or a great egret or some other wading bird. Could be a raccoon. Was just munching on a crayfish and, you know, left a bunch of the parts. So yeah, more evidence of wildlife. I think I'm gonna get rained on. You know, doing this in the summertime, in the afternoon, there's always a chance that a downpour will come. And I think it's on its way, so I'm starting to head back. Alright, everybody likes orchids. This is a native species of orchid. And boy, it looks good. I'm not sure which one. I know it's a Spiranthes species. It's got a crab spider on it, just waiting to grab a pollinator. See the spider trying to protect itself. See, it's kind of big, so I think it might be Spiranthes. Could it be odorata or vernalis? Those are the common ones. But I'll take some good pictures of it, and hopefully someone can ID it, because I'm honestly not too sure what species. I would love for it to be some crazy endangered species and just be like, oh, sorry, you can't build the highway for sure now because of the species, but we'll see. It's probably a common one. So I did end up getting nice and soaked. You can see the rain over there that just came over this way. And so there's 142nd Avenue. I came in through this trail. You can see my bike there. This is all happening in there. That's, you know, so this is 142, this is 8th Street, and you know, it's basically all of this that's gonna have a nice highway. That's what they want to do. They want to put a nice highway, and I say nice with bold quotation marks.
Thanks so much for watching my video. I'm sure you can tell I really enjoyed going out there and seeing all of these native species utilizing this habitat that's under threat. We are past the point where the public can influence the decision. It's already been voted on and approved, but there's still permitting that needs to happen, including environmental permitting. So that's why I kind of wanted to show, you know, what is there, what organisms are there, just from, you know, I consider myself a naturalist, so just a naturalist, amateur naturalist point of view, walking around, looking at all of these different species. I really hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, you know, check out that iNaturalist project, right? You can see all of the species that are right there in the path of the highway, including this deer, which, you know, maybe you saw in my other video. Anyway, thanks so much again, and I'll see you next time.